students. Welcome to our first lecture on games of strategy. This is a class I think you'll really enjoy, as we're going to learn about how we can be successful in games that are both games of competition as well as games of cooperation. Now, the first thing that we need to talk about is, what is a game of strategy? Games of strategy involve three components. First, luck. And basically this means that there are always probabilities that things might happen one way or the other, and we're not sure how that's going to work out. Think of it as the toss of a coin or the pull of a slot machine lever. Second, skill. So this would be, for example, in basketball or a foot race. How skillful are we at performing in this particular game? Some games require a lot of skill, some don't. And finally, strategy. And strategy is about the interaction with the behavior of others, how others behave in response to us, how we behave in response to them, and what kind of strategy do we carry out. Now, games include a lot of different categories. Sports, obviously, basketball, tennis, soccer. And there are game theorists who work with virtually every professional basketball team, helping them to develop strategies. When should the soccer player kick to the left? When should they kick to the right? What is the best defensive strategy in a basketball game against a particular team with particular players on the court? Secondly, just interaction with others. For example, where do you sit in the class? What do you do to maximize your grade compared to the others if there's a curve? How do you leverage relationships in a graduate class or graduate school? Third, diplomacy, whether it be global warming, war, or some other kind of relationship between countries. Game theory is very important. Government has many game theorists working on this all the time in the fields of diplomacy. In addition to that, business, pricing, negotiating, putting together strategic partnerships and so forth. Politics, agenda setting, cyclical voting theory is another area of game theory that's out there. One of my fields of study was public health, but in addition to that, I also studied political economy, which of course is politics, the study of politics and government. So this semester, we're going to have our own strategy on how to learn game theory. First, I'm going to review with you the principles of game playing. You're going to learn how game theorists look at games, analyze the games, and structure them in such a way that they can evaluate them and compute the best possible scenario for winning. Second, we'll go over basic models. There are a number of different models of games, and we're going to learn all the basic models that you'll be able to use. And then third, we're going to get into case studies and gameplay. Now, we'll start playing some games long before then. I have programmed about 15 or so games that we can play online. These aren't games like Monopoly. These are games of strategy. And so you will not have played these games before, but they are fun to play. And you'll be competing against each other or cooperating with each other, depending on the game. So what will happen is 2 times each week, we will have game sessions using Zoom. And I will be sending you out a special URL that's just yours. Don't give it to anybody else. You'll come into the Zoom game, and you'll have your phone with you, as well as your laptop or whatever device you're using for participating in the Zoom session. You'll have to have both devices there. And when I say go, you'll click on the link. You'll then enter into the game, and you'll play. I'll be able to monitor all of you from a dashboard that I have set up on my computer, and I'll know who's left to play and who hasn't played and so forth. When you're all done playing, then we will stop and we will discuss what happened, why you made the decisions you did, how you won, how you didn't win. Obviously, I'm not going to publish any scores. You'll know whether you won or not. 30% of your grade is going to come from participating in these games, and there will be some portion of those points that will be determined by how well you do in the games. Now, what's the difference between making a decision and playing a game? I mean, obviously, we make strategic decisions all the time in our lives, but that's not a game. A decision is where no other party can affect the outcome of your choice. You're just making a decision, for example, should I go to graduate school or not? But if there's another party that can react or impact the outcome of your choice, then it becomes a game. So a game is where another party can react and impact the outcome of your choice.